The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 6 has here, and it may have just ruined any possibility for June and Nick to be in a relationship and have a happy ending. The love triangle between June, Nick, and Luke has been one of the key storylines throughout every season of The Handmaid's Tale, with fans wondering if June will end up with her husband or with her Gileadian love. However, given that Nick has done something to June that cannot be forgiven, The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 6 might have just offered an explanation. Despite Luke's lack of involvement, The Handmaid's Tale's sixth episode is one of the most important in the development of June's love triangle. Commander Lawrence is trying to free June from Gilead at the beginning of the episode, which takes place after the conclusion of The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 5. Nick agrees to help when he brings June to him. Commander Wharton is one of the many barriers that stand in their way, though. Nick still promises to support June in spite of this, but a revelation towards the end of the show makes it clear that their romance is undoubtedly finished. There's likely no coming back from Nick's betrayal of June and Mayday. Nick learns that Commander Wharton has visited him as he is smuggling June out of Gilead. June chooses to leave Nick and seek assistance from Serena Joy, therefore part of their conversation is lost. The reunion between Nick and June at Serena Joy's house is cut short when Commander Wharton shows up. Nick and June listen in on Serena and Wharton's talk while hiding in the closet. Wharton admits in this exchange that he is aware of Mayday's attack on Jezebel's, stating that he obtained this knowledge from Nick's confession. Nick's betrayal shocks and hurts June, and this is where the episode ends. The primary plot point of The Handmaid's Tale, Season 6 has been Mayday's scheme to use Jezebel's to murder some of Gilead's most potent commanders. June and Moira are returning to Jezebel's to alert the ladies there about the incident, which is why she is in Gilead at all. With Gilead's influence growing, the Jezebel's attack was a desperate attempt to harm Gilead. June is deeply hurt by Nick's betrayal because if Mayday had succeeded, it would have been a significant move. The Handmaid's Tale snatched away June and Nick's happy ending. Nick is agitated when he initially gets to Serena Joy's house and offers June a strange scheme. Nick wants June to leave Gilead and live in harmony with him, so he begs her to accompany him to Paris. June appears surprisingly receptive to the idea, even though she has a family. June is obviously in love with Nick now, and the trip to Paris would allow her to get away from her suffering. A possible happy ending for The Handmaid's Tale would have been June and Nick traveling to Paris, but Commander Wharton's entrance totally ruins everything. June's relationship with Nick is essentially doomed now that she is aware of his treachery. Nick's treachery lost June the opportunity to save Hannah and Mayday, the opportunity to defeat Gilead. There is blood on Nick's hands because more people perish the longer Gilead runs. June feels so betrayed by Nick's confession because he simply made it to preserve his own life. June and Nick always had to be doomed in The Handmaid's Tale. June's relationship with Nick has always been doomed, despite the fact that her love triangle has been a significant plot point in The Handmaid's Tale. June's love for Nick was only a way for her to have hope while she was confined in Gilead. June spent much of the early seasons striving to reunite with Luke, and when she did, it meant that she and Nick would probably never be in a long-term relationship. Fans of The Handmaid's Tale definitely wouldn't enjoy the show concluding with June abandoning her husband, implying that their relationship was never in the cards. Nick's commitment to Gilead also made a relationship with June a difficult sell. While Nick has done traitorous actions because, to his love for June, he is still a perpetrator of the Gileadian system. June's decision to pick him would seem to be a betrayal of her animosity for Gilead, and it would be a perplexing way to close The Handmaid's Tale.